So, we're going on to Terminus. This is Lowfly's map pick. Bear in mind, that was one of the strongest maps for Deliberate Murder 102. They are the EuroCup champions, the reigning champions. Achieving
And you'd have
a good
to
standing at LAN
say,
as well, you know. They're not a weak team at all.
well, they achieved a good standing at LAN, but would they look back on it as a good standing for them? Pre-tournament
EuroCup
favourites? No, they were the ones people expected to win, and they didn't. And now they're... Exactly, they didn't reach the final. I mean, arguably now they're continuing their bad form from LAN online, which is unfortunate because, as you say, their strongest map perhaps, Dreadful Place, they lose it. They now run a risk of losing this match 2-0, which I don't think anyone would have predicted. I mean, I don't think it's totally out of the question to say Lowfly could have won this match 2-1, but a 2-0, I don't think anyone would have predicted. Now, we are faced with the challenge of remembering this map.
Yeah, well, obviously, Terminus, pretty new map. It's actually designed by FRS of the Lowfly team. It's quite a complex tactical map, you might say.
Got to keep your eye on FRS during this game. He might have coded in some secret areas that no one else is aware of.
Mate, if I was building a map, I'd have a secret button that you pressed, opened a door, you'd go round into a corner, you'd have a room full of weapons and armour. Simple. Then you'd have a teleport anywhere you wanted on the map, and you could see through it and just ambush people. And it'd have a...
So you're a cheater, basically.
No, I've designed it into the map. If people don't find it and know about it, that's their problem. Not
Fair
mine.
enough. Why does it level up post on Twitter when games happen anymore? This?
I thought I did, but I guess it didn't go through. So... sorry. The problem is, when I have to do everything,
Don't complain.
Maybe.
I don't know how to use Twitter. It's probably best I don't either. I don't want to end up in jail.
For posting on the matches.
No, I'd end up posting something to like Tom Daly or someone as well.
No, I don't think you should.
Something offensive.
I don't think you should. I don't think you should do that.
Apparently we did post it.
Oh, we did?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, there you go. We did post it. So, that's why we don't, I guess. Because we did. So this will be an interesting map to see how the teams have developed, how they've played it out, and it's time to do the little VOD intro. So welcome to Level Up TV at levelupyourgame.net with me, Disrepute, and Vor. This is ClanBase EuroCup 26. We're in the group stage still. And it is the reigning EuroCup champions, Deliberate Murder, against Lowfly. We're on the second map now. This is Lowfly's map pick, and 102 are 1 map to 0 down. It's a best of 3, so if Lowfly take this map, it's over. 2-0 victors. It's time to step up and really show what they're made of. Vor, any thoughts on this map?
Honestly, I'm just going to be interested to see how it plays. I mean, we saw that one show match on it. I mean, we could glean certain things from that, but not really that much. So it'll be interesting to see. I mean, I don't know even how much they practice this map, because as you said, most teams weren't expecting to have to play this.
Most teams
in the group stage
eliminate it. Every match we've seen so far, this map was eliminated. Pickup. People don't like to play in pickup. They like the more, I don't know, aggressive maps, we'll call them, more open.
Yeah, so we're going to be interested to see how prepared, in particular 102, are, you know, to perform on this map. And they need to perform because, as you say, they are 1 map down. A loss here means they go down to a 2-0 defeat.
Which would be shocking for...
Well, yeah, it would be shocking because this is the...
We talked about the groups last week and we said, as simple as, everybody would just say, alright, 102, that's probably the one we would lose. And you kind of just assume they would win pretty much all their matches. And so it was second and third place up for grabs. This is going to change things quite significantly, and it's going to bring more teams into it, and it could be a closer group as a result.
Yeah, it certainly will bring more teams into it if 1 or 2 do go down to a defeat here, and it will put Lowfly as favourites to then top the group.
Well, FRS is under pressure by his team. No doubt he was demanding selection of his map. All the rest of his team probably don't even know the layout.
What a disaster it would be if FRS loses his own map.
Wow, that would be quite bad, wouldn't it?
Would he blame his teammates, or would they blame him?
There are some great elements of this map. First of all, of course, it's a double power-up map. Always love double power-up maps. They add a little bit more tactical play to it. They really show who switched on in when the power-ups spawn. When you see some teams drop double power-ups all the time.
The conflict between the 2 power-ups is always good to watch.
It's great to watch, and we'll switch between the 2. Of course, it has 2 yellow armors, there's a red armor, it even has a green armor on this map.
It's got a bit of everything, this map.
It certainly does, the full arsenal of weapons.
Oh yeah, I knew you'd get that in somewhere.
Had to throw that one in. And plenty of ammo around, but key features of this map, I love the little jumps everywhere.
Yeah, they're built into the map nicely, and if you can master them, you're going to truly move around this map much more efficiently than anyone else could.
3, 2,
so we're going live on Terminus, first of the season. Quick timeout. Let's just remind ourselves of the team. Pavel, Starosta, Immortal, and Fortune is the Deliberate Murder 102 lineup. And Lowfly, we've got Triple Six, Silent Set, Funny Bee, and FRS. And we're going live. Triple Six starting off now. He always has excellent movement on this map from what I've seen.
Yeah, one of his yellow armors he's just picked up, and he was looking towards the rail pickup point, which it looked like Starosta or a teammate might have taken that.
Yeah, it's just moving out across the map now, looking for weaponry.
And this room he's hanging around the edge of, he didn't go into it, but that room has another yellow armor in, and it's considered quite a strong position.
Yeah, near the lightning gun there. And here we go though, the first power-ups. Triple Six just leaving the room perhaps the wrong time. Funny Bee picking up that first quad. The battlesuit's been delayed there by Pavel. He's got a nice stack. Lightning gun to his name as well. There is the quad. Will they meet? Going to switch back to the quad, going through the teleport. He's going into central ground of the map. And here it is. Let's see if the 2 meet. Well, Pavel's gone the yellow armor route. He's made it to the quad room, and he's basically in behind the quad now. There's Triple Six. He will be calling where the battlesuit is.
That is the first frag of the game. Actually, second.
Wow, what a slow playing map. The quad has run down, and here's the battlesuit right in behind. After it's run out, Funny Bee evading through the teleport.
Teams are tied.
The teams are tied after that one. So it looks like it's going to be quite a standoffish game for.
Well, at this stage, yeah, with 3 frags being made in the first 90 seconds, make that 4 frags.
Well, this is perhaps something you do find more often on these bigger.
If you look at the architecture, it's a sort of map where you can't necessarily risk trying to move across the map really quickly because you'll just be caught out on different corners. So it is going to promote a slower playstyle, much like certain areas of, say, Grim Dungeons do, where you can't safely move around at high speed.
Pavel going in and picking up a yellow armor there.
I mean, he is heavily stacked. It's just, does he know where to be on the map to, you know, look to affect the game? I mean, he's moving cautiously because he just doesn't want to be caught out.
So you're going to try and catch out his opponent's green
up
armor.
That ramp on the left is a room where many players spend a lot of time. It's a room with a yellow armor in it. You can hear people in there. It's just... Well, there you go. He's coming with the lightning gun. I mean, he hasn't done any damage, but having the lightning gun...
Yeah, you got the power-ups coming out, so this is really where we could see things open up a little bit. We've got the quad first, switch round and have a look at the Lowfly players. FRS just picking up the 50 armor there. Triple Six has a mega to his name. Shotgun in hand. He's right by the quad, but it's picked up by Silent Set straight away. Fortune getting taken out.
Move quickly, he's going to catch this.
Oh my god, FRS has pushed the battlesuit back on his spot. Oh, rails him. Let's switch around to the quad. Silensep just waiting for that second shot. He's not going to connect. Switch back to the battlesuit on the other side of the map. Now, you could push forwards a little bit more with that battlesuit, Pavel. I think he's just cautious about the quad trying to catch him out. There it is. Quad versus battlesuit. Oh, great shaft by Pavel. And what a rocket to finish it off. Does take out the quad, but can they really take advantage? It was so late into the battlesuit run.
Well, they're back to their red armor, but this is the position they were working from before the power-up, so You know, for 102, and it's the same for Lowfly really, they need to find ways to put more pressure on, because at the moment, every single red arm is being taken by 102, no pressure on it, and Lowfly are content on the other side of the map, taking every single yellow and all but one mega.
I tell you what, this is really gonna get tense if it stays this close throughout the whole map, right down to the last power-ups.
I mean, at the moment, the way this game is being played, every frag is worth a lot.
It's closer to like a 10 frag or something. It really is a massive difference, because they were having to work so hard just to get a frag or make a massive error. It's more like a duel. Look at that, pops him up in the air with the rocket, but the shaft is much better than the second rockets. And Pavel's been punished.
His rocket that missed would have actually hit on most other maps. It kind of got lost in the floor on the texture.
That's how to play your surroundings. FRS pretty weak. He got the frag before. I'm going to cycle around a little bit. Triple Sex not got any armors to his name. Silencep does have a mega now, building up to the quad. I'd imagine it's going to be his quad damage to take, unless there's some kind of crazy attack coming in here.
That's what we've seen so far, but we did see on the previous power-ups that he came out losing
he's not
versus
going to get
Pavel's
it, looks like. It's going to be Triple Sex. They really messed that one. Funny he was right by it with a better stack than Triple Sex, so I can't say that was a good idea. Pavel, good spam at the quad position, but he could be seriously punished here. There's a second player railing him. He's just taken 2 rail shots there. Oh! The last rail doesn't hit him, but that one does, and he's just eliminated. Really very nice play by Lowfly, and now the score's starting to pick up. 15-6. That's really well organised play from Lowfly, and in all honesty, I think it was a bad defensive setup by 102. I mean, you know they're going to be coming with the quad. You've got to lock off those positions to secure that battlesuit, or you've got to attack the quad.
The problem they had was they didn't do it with Silencep, who was railing Pavel the whole time, even before the quad showed up. It meant Pavel was just so worried about making the jump, because, you know, slightly different to something like Grim Dungeons, it's a further jump to get to safety, and the slightest hit will, you know, invariably knock you into the void. But he was perhaps too cautious, I think, the way he just stood on that platform.
Switch around to Funny B. It looks like this yellow arm, this upper yellow area, has been taken over by 102. Now, if they control the red, this is a big advantage. They could be getting FRS forcing his way through the teleporter. They go frag for frag, though, so no one's going to an advantage there. Pavel off the spawn. Eliminates FRS so easily, comfortably.
But he's in trouble himself. He's done well to escape. Back to the safety of that red armor room.
They've really got this red room locked. It's like a base of operations they can just move out from.
Well, yeah, it's 13-1 on the red armor pickups, but, you know, in contrast, it's 4-21 on the yellow armor pickups and 1-10 on the megas.
They're getting more of an advantage than Lowfly with that mega and equal armors.
Yeah, and I think they're better placed for the weapons as well. Much better access to the lightning gun and rail.
Bearing in mind as well, the quad spawns first. It's going to be a big moment. I've switched round to Starosta, although Triple Sex got a very nice stack with this quad, and if he rushes, he can really make it through. Fortune is a bit of a better defensive position there. Look, the Battlesuit's just sitting on his spot. They didn't make the jump for it. Oh my god, look at this. He's killing their entire team.
Oh,
he can just leave the Battlesuit.
That's disastrous.
I'm going to switch around to the quad and just follow him. 4 frags. They've just been punished so badly there for not setting up. I mean, they well, first of all, Triple Sex was stacked with the quad. I mean, they've let that occur, but that's sort of part and parcel of the map play so far. But then, none of them had jumped for it. Nobody was prepared for that battlesuit. I mean, maybe we missed somebody getting shot off, but it seems a little bit late, a little bit slapdash.
They're in serious trouble now as well, because FRS has taken a stack to the red armor, and second red armor in a row now he's taken away, and what was an absolute fortress for 102 up until this point.
Look at that.
Yeah, making great use of the jumps, as we mentioned on this map.
He can escape so far, 31-16. This is lower scoring than a lot of maps, but I don't think it's just as intense. I think you need to see you don't need to see hundreds of frags for it to be a great game. Let's see, FRS is still quite tense. I mean, the good thing about this is it's close. It's nowhere near being over.
Oh, certainly not. I mean, this is probably the kind of map where when your whole team dies like 102 did, it's going to be hard to rebuild that. But it is possible. and they can inflict the same situation on their opponents.
FRS was way too rash there. I mean, he hadn't got much of a stack to work with, just dropped down. And Pavel punished him. Every frag you give up as well, there's a potential you could be spawning in a dangerous position. We saw Pavel taking advantage of that the last time.
Yeah, particularly when the teams are so divided. You know, anytime the teams play such a divided game, and spawn kills are so important.
Sex mega stack again, right? And we could see they were rushing, but it's far too late. They were rushing towards the quad, and
they had no chance of defending this.
They
have to hope to knock him in the void or something.
Wow, he's been the one that's gone for it. I mean, ideally he probably would have wanted his teammates to go for it because it is a risk, but it didn't matter in the end. They couldn't really challenge. They'd obviously been eliminated on the other side of the map by the rest of his team, and now he's just trying to look for the frags, but it's not easily coming. There we go, one straight away in the back after he comes up the lift.
Yeah, it's a lift.
It's great, isn't it? I mean, every little element you can possibly think of in a map.
Next they need to add ladders. Just like Silent Fright.
Triple-Sex, careful play there. He didn't want to rush up because he would have taken a lot of damage even with the battlesuit, and then the battlesuit would have run out, so...
It's interesting, he didn't really achieve much with that parrot run. I mean, it'd be interesting to see what happens from now, because for a moment he found himself and a couple of teammates at red, and that hasn't been where they've typically operated from so far. It'd be interesting to see... Well, they've already worked their way back to the yellows, so... Never mind. It's almost like they're happy to work this yellow side.
It's almost like a trick, isn't it? Everybody thinks, okay, red's the most powerful item, and it's in such a stronghold position. You think, yeah, we could hold this, we could do this. But it's a bluff. It's nowhere near mega. Both of the yellows are probably better advantaged to the other side. So you're already outstacked, and then, as you say, the key weapons are in better positions probably for the yellow side. 20 seconds before this next quad. We're into the second half of this map. The frag gap isn't humongous. It's achievable that they can come back at this, but playing this style, I mean, this suits Lowfly perfectly at the moment.
Does, and this style of play does mean that this 15 score difference is a lot larger than it actually seems.
The thing is that they've had one person attacking up a bounce pad at... It's just way too late anyway. You can't do that. The gap's so big between these power-ups.
He doesn't even need to rush. I mean, he's cleared out the area now with all four teammates, all four members of 102 going down. He can leave and look for spawn kills.
Yeah, let's switch around to the quad again. He's picked up his 5th kill on this run. Bearing in mind how hard it was to get frags at the start, he's picked up 2 runs of quad runs with 5 frags each. Switch around to the battlesuit silencer with that one. Bluffed going up the bounce pad or the lift. Run out of ammo. Goes for the pummel kills. Now Pavel must have been stacked. Silencer has actually run himself into quite a bad area right at the end of that run.
Well, the way this game is set up now, it's really not looking good for 102. I mean, we haven't seen any presence of them at the quads, and the way this is going now, the quad is going to be stacked every time because there's just not enough pressure on that side of the map to dent the quad carrier's stack prior to the power-ups. And if you take the quad, you're guaranteed the pickup of the battlesuit at this stage.
As far as I'm concerned, it's a pretty simple game plan from this point. Forget about red, rush the yellow side, win that. Go aggressive on Lowfly. They almost won't be expecting it anyway.
Sister Roster is now on this side of the map. He's in position for quad, but there are still 30 seconds to go.
They have moved it round. Oh, takes a rail shot to the back. He's lost his whole stack. That's great railing from below. He wasn't prepared for that.
No, I don't even think it entered into his mind that that rail angle existed.
Good rail defense by him, but he's only got 1 shot left, and it was, of course, Silencer showing him how rails really work. 9 impressive.
Now we're seeing an actual fight over the quad. There's a good chance that we won't see a stack quad, so that might not guarantee the battlesuit.
There we go. Perfect example. 26 health. He can make a rush for the battlesuit, but he could be ambushed here if Immortal. Yeah, there you go. Perfect. And now Immortal can rush in. It's like a 50-50 on the battlesuit even. It looks like they might even have a better advantage to it. Oh, that's very good play by Immortal. Nicely positioned. Got to be careful. Oh my god. He still comes out on top, makes it across, gets a frag. 1 frag on this run. He can maybe pick up another chasing his opponent around. But this is excellent positive play by 102. They've turned this. They started to turn this around.
Oh, definitely, it's exactly what they needed to do, but it's whether or not now that they can make the frags they need, because for all that good play, they only got 1 frag from the battlesuit.
There you go, 2 right at the end. But they need to make sure they don't give Lowfly a lock on this yellow side again. Oh, wow.
What a timing attack that was. I mean, 2 different angles, 2 shots hitting at the same time.
Frag movie that, please, somebody. We don't just need air rockets. That team kill basically is brilliant. 15 frags. Sorry, 25 frags, isn't it? Is the margin.
Yep. But you can see that 1 or 2 are certainly far more adventurous around the map now, and if they can maintain good control of the red and still keep pressure up on the other side of the map, and it does open opportunities for the red carrier to get in and potentially be the quad carrier. Because they're going to need, I think, some stacked power-ups. They can't rely on just, you know, scrappy encounters over the quad and then clawing the game back gradually. They're going to need some good runs as well.
Thruster's going to have to use this red and rush to the quad side of the map. Looks like he is going to do that, in fact. Although he's taken such a dangerous route, I feel. I mean, there's always people in this area.
Not only that, you have to go up that ramp just like Funny Bee did, and if anyone's in this room, they're going to shotgun you to death.
Well, that's why Funny Bee's playing here. Presumably his team are all over the quad. There you go, 666 grabs it, only 20 health. He's been machine gunned down, so that's sort of like a make-do job of it. They really need a quad, but...
This is all from, you know, 102's change of play. Now that the quads are contested, it's so difficult for someone to get a stacked quad.
Oh, 666 just making it across. Does take a rail to the chest, although he's out and about now. Too late. Really need to knock him off into the void. It shouldn't be too hard for him. Direct grenades are going to cause him trouble. He really didn't want to chase Sylvester down there either. He's actually running out of ammo on this one. Apple! Oh! Knocks him into the void.
Awesome.
We've got 2 sets of power-ups left. We're in the last quarter of the game.
27, 28 frags for difference now. It's a lot to bring back. Now that we're not seeing either team get stacked power-ups, it's going to be difficult.
I think teams will be learning that, well, I mean, they should already know that you can't just leave one team stacked to get a power-up and have a gap between the power-ups especially. I mean, the battlesuit delay was really what killed any chance of playing the way they were playing 102.
Yeah. And they didn't make the switch until after the quad had destroyed them 2 times with that delayed suit.
It's what I feel is perhaps a weakness with 102 sometimes. They are a very good team together. Their players, they're very positive often, and they've got great technical skill, but they do react a little bit slow, especially around power-up play. We've seen it over the years quite a lot of times. And it's maybe something they need to adapt to a little bit quicker. Read the game a bit more efficiently. There we go, Lowfly going up 3 on the bounce pad. You see, they're just all together. They're so focused. They know it's quad coming up. They're going to be here.
He's not going to be stacked, but he's going to be a lot stronger than the previous few quads.
Looks like his teammate's going to take it. FRS with the Mega to his name, 140 health, a lightning gun. Not too much ammo to work with, but, you know, enough. Especially as it just spawns right there.
This is comfortable. There's no chance of getting in now. But he hasn't got any teammates with him, which I'm surprised about, because if his teammates had come here, he'd have been able to go off looking for more kills.
Yeah, and it's always a risk. I mean, you've got quad, great, you're really strong, but all it takes is one guy dive around the corner, rail you as you make the jump. Either way, he has come out with that second power-up, double power-up for FRS on the map he built. And he's really building up a lead now, an unassailable lead, you'd have to say.
Yeah, at this point, I'd certainly say so. 1 power-up remaining. Well, 2 power-ups technically, I guess. 1 set of power-ups remaining. They're not going to turn around 43 frags.
You wouldn't expect that on any map, really.
No, exactly.
Never mind this map, where he's so close and so hard to get frags we saw at the start, but he is rocketed by Immortal.
He's lagged out.
He's lagged out, is he? Or the servers, is it? I can't even switch.
Oh, that's not a good sign.
I thought it was me for a second, because...
Well, he actually lagged during Dreadful Place, just him, but this is slightly more than just him lagging.
There you go, the whole server 999. They're going to time out briefly. If I was 102, I'd start demanding a rematch. Try and play the rules for. Looking at some of those stats, 666
Flavor rules.
net plus 23, silence at plus 14, net 4.3k damage. FRS with the heavy damage though, 5.2k, and all the 102s remaining in the 3000s.
It's been a real lesson in how to play this map from Lowfly. Oh, won't go back. Well, in fairness, the game is over, isn't it? It's not like he's going to come back and paddle everyone into submission and they win.
Well, you never know. You never know, Vor. Okay, so... the streamer even left, the Russian streamers, of course. Well, it looks like it's over anyway.
It's been over for a while, but congratulations to Lowfly. They've taken out one of the favourites for this EuroCup. They've taken them out 2-0.
3, 2, 1, fight.
Immortal, the only guy left for 102, the one we were following.
Is he going to be able to put on a brave showing this?
Well, they could go mental, couldn't they? You know, Lowfly start chasing him down, get a bit rash. He
They
could pick
keep
up 4
chasing him
kills at a
down,
time.
they keep falling in the void, he keeps killing them.
You never know. We should
He
probably
has
just
every
switch to
item
him.
timed.
Let's follow Immortal. He's going to give us a display of his railing ability. A few seconds until the final quad. Yeah, I mean, well, you know, break it down, Vor. What went wrong for 102? They're such a strong team. They've lost 2-0 to Lowfly, who are newcomers, effectively. Weren't they qualifiers?
No.
No, they weren't
Yes,
qualifiers.
yes, they were.
Right,
Sorry,
okay,
yes.
Yeah. And they are the reigning champions. Yeah, I'd probably still say they'll qualify in top 3 places, but they're going to have to change some things, haven't they? I mean, they lost their best map. It was a close game, but they still lost it, and now they've lost Terminus really, really badly.
Yeah, they have. I mean, they had a good start to this map in some ways. I wouldn't say it's a good start, but they started the map okay. What they were doing, they were just turning up at the red, making sure they didn't overexpose themselves. Scoring was low at that point, but I think perhaps they were just far too passive. They didn't look for opportunities to really get in and cause problems for Lowfly. And as soon as we saw that delay on the battlesuit, and that they didn't adapt to it by attacking the quad, it took them 2 power-up cycles to then start attacking the quad. That was when the game was just over at that point. We saw just how much Lowfly dominated. The amount of frags they picked up was huge in very little time, and when that happens, the game is just about over, because it never looked like 102 would get themselves into a situation where they'd be doing the heavy fragging.
I'll tell you what, it's almost a shame for Lowfly that they had to give away their tactics at this early stage. You know, it could have come maybe to the playoffs, to even the final, say they got to it, and it would have been great to just pull out this map in the final and just blitz whoever they played. But now everybody can see this.
They said they were going to be picking this map in the playoffs, and there's no option to eliminate this in the playoffs, so we'd have probably seen it earlier than the final anyway. But teams are going to have to be aware, you know, you're going up against Lowfly in the knockout stages, who, you know, Lowfly, they are pretty much certain now probably to be in the knockouts. You better be practiced on this map, otherwise you are, you know, you're just going to be losing it before you even start.